What's up, YouTube? This is Too Raw for TV, man, and I hadn't even planned on doing a video talking about this, man, but I just saw a clip on YouTube, a video clip from an interview that Michael Rappaport did with Mike Tyson on his radio show, I Am Rappaport, and they ended up talking about Muhammad Ali, and I've known, all of us have known since Mike Tyson's shit, when he was rising in the ranks, man, his admiration for Muhammad Ali. And if anything, man, as Mike Tyson's gotten older, his admiration and respect for for Muhammad Ali has grown. You know, and now that the greatest is no longer with us, man, we can really sit back and reflect on what he did and what he accomplished. And it's just amazing, man. And they were talking about, in particular, when Larry Holmes beat Muhammad Ali in October of 1980 in the second to last battle of his career. I guess the proper term would be the penultimate battle, a battle of his career. And he was talking about how Larry Holmes was just hitting Ali with some shit, man, and Ali wouldn't go down. And I think what really gets lost when people talk about Ali's last years, this is a man that was fighting with Parkinson's disease, man. In any normal circumstance, this guy would not have been allowed to fight, okay? And the fact that he was able to perform, I know some people say, well, Ali wasn't really that old. Well, look, when you look at the battles that he had been involved in, okay, the last few years of his career, man, you know what I'm saying? The fight of the century in 1971, the Thriller in Manila, the George Foreman fight, the Rumble in the Jungle, the 15-round escape act that he did against Ernie Shavers, arguably the hardest right hand in boxing history. You look at that, you look at the fact that he was fighting with Parkinson's syndrome or Parkinson's disease. It slowed his reflexes down to the point, man, where essentially it was like Ali was a 50-year-old man in the ring, man. And the fact that he was even able to survive in there with top tier heavyweight fighters is a testament to the man's will toward the end, man. But Mike Tyson got very emotional when he was saying that Ali was willing to sacrifice everything in the ring. And, that's basically a euphemism for saying that Ali was willing to die in the ring. Tyson was saying that, he was a bad motherfucker. He talked shit, and he knew that he was great, but he said he wasn't willing to die. And he was saying that what makes Ali a great fighter, man, and to him, it puts Ali in a class by himself. And it's so interesting, man, because when Ali first hit the scene, man, in the early 1960s, everybody marveled at his athleticism. There's always, to me, this parallel between Muhammad Ali and Michael Jordan. Now, when it comes to social issues, there's different as night and day. Ali was a champion for his people, whereas Michael Jordan, infamously was often quiet in circumstances where his voice could have been a big deal, you know what I'm saying, in certain situations. But when it pertains to their respective athletic exploits. Ali and Jordan, there's some similarities. Both were noted in their athletic prime for their balletic uh, swiftness, their athleticism, and the fact that in their primes they really had no peers. You know what I'm saying? We never saw a fighter like Muhammad Ali before in the heavyweight division, and we really haven't seen one like him since. We've never seen a heavyweight with the quickness that he had. You know, to be 210, 220 pounds in his prime and to have that level of quickness. You know, like arguably he had the fastest hand speed of any heavyweight. Floyd Patterson is arguably quicker, but pretty much the quickest hands we've ever seen, man. And we knew about Michael Jordan. But then when both of them started to fade athletically, that's when we saw what really separated those two. See, lots of guys have physical gifts. We've seen that in sports. But the physical gifts isn't what separate people in the playoffs, in the postseason, or in the championship rounds. What separates people is wills. How many times have we seen Rocky Marciano beat fighters that were physically bigger, uh, more skilled than he was? How many times did we see the Chicago Bulls, especially the last three-peat, play against teams and beat teams that, on paper, from 1 through 12, all around, were better teams? But that's why Mike Tyson got so emotional, man, talking about Muhammad Ali. And sometimes I get emotional talking about him, man, because to be honest with you, I think Muhammad Ali has motivated a lot of people since his passing. I noticed that there's been a rising political and social consciousness in the African American community. And I think a lot of it has to do with uh, retrospective people looking at what Muhammad Ali actually did. You know what I'm saying? Like, most people I noticed before the mid 2000 teens, when they would ask you about Muhammad Ali, they would say, "Yeah, I know he spoke out against the war and and all that. And he was a champion for his people." No, it was it was a lot more than that, man. It's a lot more than that, man. Like what Ali did is what Colin Kaepernick did, but on a much larger platform and with more to lose, much more to lose. You know what I'm saying? Like, Ali not only was going to give up the title, and not only did Ali also rob himself of unforetold millions of dollars, but he seriously risked jail time, his freedom. If it wasn't for a previous court decision which favored Ali's stance, he might have spent 5 or more years in prison. And that would have robbed us of Muhammad Ali's career, or at least the best part of his career. When he fell down athletically and got closer to the pack, and we saw what really separated him from the other greats. And it was that heart. It was that desire. It was that, not to overuse a phrase, that killer instinct. And then we saw over and over again, no matter who he was fighting, win, lose, or draw, usually win, we saw that killer. And that's why he's called the greatest of all time.